Good evening, welcome back, or hello if it's your first time here. This is the Good Dr. Bleak, and today we're going to be playing Red Faction, specifically Red Faction Guerrilla Re-Mars-Tered. Yes, it's a pun title. It didn't start with a pun title. So, this game is one that I have a deep and very personal connection to. This was one of the first games that really made me think on a bigger scale. While other games have done similar things, and I'm aware that this game doesn't have a perfect reputation, it meant something to me. So, I decided, why not? Might as well play it on the channel, see if people like it. We're going to be starting a new game, which is going to erase my existing autosave, but it's been a while anyway, so not losing anything. And we're going to play on hard difficulty. And we'll start with the regular sledgehammer.
Mason, mining engineer, demolitions class C. Report to Parker sector.
Fun ride?
Yeah, a blast.
How's Mom?
She misses you.
Sorry I missed Dad's funeral. Things here have been hard.
No one expected you to come halfway across the system. What the hell was that?
Well, the EDF. They own the road and everything else. Forget the propaganda. Free Mars is over.
Faction? Didn't enough people die the last time?
We're under martial law here. Prison camps, torture, death squads. People need something to believe in. Well, this is it. I've got your gear over there. So here's how it works. It'll be a couple of weeks before you... wait here.
You've been made by the EDF. They know what's going on. You're not listening to me. They're looking for you. Scholarships were critical.
I've seen her somewhere.
I doubt it. Like I was saying, the sooner we get to work, the sooner we get paid. Come on. Here's the site I was telling you about. It was a research outpost once, before the Marauders killed the scientists.
Marauders?
You don't want to be caught out here after dark, but it's a good place to find salvage.
I'm here to mine, not hunt for scrap.
On Mars, scrap is like gold. Got your sledgehammer and charges? Good. Let's see what you can do. Shit. Up in the sky. EDF gunship. Didn't think they'd be out here today. I'll keep an eye on it. You get the salvage.
See that salvage on the ground? Pick it up so we can trade it.
Alright, with the opening cutscene and exposition done, I can go ahead and start the commentary up. So, Red Faction Guerrilla, not the first game in this series, it's actually the third. That being said, the first game was released in 2001. It's very much old school, and, well, maybe I'll eventually do that. I don't expect I will.
Hey, use your remote charges and take down that big structure right there. Right now you can set 2 charges before you detonate them. Remember, you can swap weapons and still use the detonator. Come back to me if you run out of charges. Hurry up, Alec.
Dan, what the hell is going on? Who's the girl?
You know what's going on. Alec, the Red Faction could really use a guy like you.
To do what? What are you people doing out here?
Whatever it takes.
I'm not a terrorist, Dan.
You think I am? The EDF are wiping out towns. Alec, we need help.
Hey, you got me into enough trouble Earthside. I just want to do honest work here.
That's what we're fighting for. If we don't resist, they'll take everything.
Enough!
You'll see I'm right about this.
As you'll have noticed as I've been playing, this game has actually quite good physics to it. Buildings are built realistically and need to actually be able to support themselves, otherwise they fall over. If you do enough damage to them, they'll collapse, particularly if you take out supports that are holding the building up. This is a major gameplay feature. The original Red Faction did something similar, but with terrain destructibility. You also might notice that Alec, the character we're playing as, mentioned that the Red Faction had been around in the past, and asked if they didn't think enough people had died the first time around. The original Red Faction was set on Mars as well, but before Mars was terraformed. Long story short, a corporation called Altor set up here and treated people who came up to mine for them like slaves, as well as using them to perform horribly inhumane and illegal experiments. The Red Faction movement formed based around the red environmental suits that the miners were wearing, and they used it as a symbol of solidarity, eventually revolting and managing to bring the EDF down on top of the corporation's head. The Earth Defense Force, of course, having legal authority to enforce human rights across the solar system, regardless of other jurisdiction, stepped in, put an end to all that. Or at least for a time. Look at that thing fall. This will come up in the game's dialogue as well, but I figured I should fill anyone who wants to know in. There are pretty consistent references to the first game throughout this one, so I'll point them out as they come up and become relevant. Now, you might notice that I said this is the third game, not the second game. The second game had basically nothing to do with the first. It used the name, but aside from a few shared company names and the like, nothing really shared between them. I wasn't done in the destruction playground. Ah well. We'll have to move the plot forward.
We need to hide.
From what?
Daniel Mason, you are under arrest. Surrender or we will open fire.
Alec, run! Run!
Dang, for getting shot up that bad, he doesn't look all that bad. You might want to check his pulse, make sure he's, not just unconscious.
The Earth Defense Force changed the face of Mars. They terraformed so we could breathe the air. They built bases, checkpoints, watchtowers. The Liberators soon became an occupying force. And now they killed my brother. Dan said they'd take everything. For me, they already have.
Drop the weapon, now!
You guys afraid of a hammer?
Drop it, smartass.
Hey, what right have you got to trash
Your
my—
brother is Daniel Mason.
Yeah, he was. He's dead.
This trailer and its contents have been confiscated by the Earth Defense Force. We're placing you under arrest.
For what?
Don't play dumb with me, Miner. You're Red Faction.
Look, I just shipped here from—
I guess you work fast. We found these detonators among your possessions.
I'm a mining engineer. I have a permit for those.
It just got revoked. Shoot him.
Pop.
We're under attack! Stop these bastards! Any help here?
Ooh, that's gotta be messy.
They'll hunt you from here to the ice caps.
He said I was Red Faction.
Like it or not, Mason, you are now.
Well, that's an eventful first couple of days. Lose your brother, lose your home.
Mason, my name is Simanya. I worked with your brother.
Lucky you.
I know this is a lot to take in, but you're going to have to trust us.
Why?
Because you don't really have any other option. The commander thought you should have this field manual. It'll help you survive out here.
Welcome to the Red Faction. We'll start off with the basics. There are 6 populated sectors on Mars. Parker, Dust, Badlands, Oasis, the Free Fire Zone, and Eos, all of which are controlled by the Earth Defense Force. Our goal is to liberate all 6 sectors, driving the EDF off the planet. There's only one problem. The EDF is a professional military organization. They've got the money, the training, and the firepower to take us down. Direct assaults are suicide. We need to hit their weak points, attack them when they least expect it, destroy high-value targets, and then get the hell out of there. If you ever need to hide from the EDF, restock ammo, or choose a different set of weapons for your fieldwork, safe houses are set up throughout the world. Any available safe house will be marked on your map. Good luck.
Well, that's the size of it. 6 pieces of an entire planet to liberate, and we have a hammer. Where to even begin with this one? Over here on the map, we can see that we are currently in Parker, the poorest part of Mars, named for the protagonist from the first game. Currently, the map is covered in fog of war. Can't see pretty much anything except the immediate surroundings and a couple of items highlighted on the map. Places that we're supposed to tear down, and something that we're supposed to do, which we'll get a clearer view of as we approach. And over here, we have a story mission. There's a variable amount of these for each section of the game, and once you complete all of them for an area, listed over here, that area is considered to be free of the EDF. That being said, I'm not going to go directly into that. And I will explain why when we do our first one. Over here at the weapons locker, we have two things available to us. The hammer is permanent, you cannot discard it. But we have mining explosives that can be remotely detonated, and the assault rifle, taken from the EDF. Now, you might notice the cutscenes are a little grainy. Yeah, this game came out in 2009. So, make of that what you will. It's been a long while since it came out, and while the remaster definitely updated the graphics, they didn't manage to completely rework the cutscenes to look as they would be expected to. That's going to be a running theme in this series, is that there is a fair amount of jankiness as a direct result of this game being fairly old before it got remastered. Oh, and we just had something pop up on the map. A high importance target. Now, scattered about each area of the game are destruction targets. Destroying each one gets you salvage, and reduces the amount of control the EDF have over the area. You need to get that to 0 before you can do the final story mission, and I believe there are some other effects that it has, depending on how high it is. We'll get to that in due time. We also picked up this. One of those green dots on the map? Demolitions Mastery. We'll earn salvage that we can trade for better weapons and upgrades by completing a specific challenge to take down a building in a particular way.
With the right tools, you can make an impossible task look easy. And then afterwards, you can talk about how awesome you are.
These are scattered about the world as a way to both reward players for proving they're good, and also to teach them different skills that they might not pick up on their own. Oh, yes. It's going to interrupt me to do this. Being that this is the remastered version, there are a couple of upgrades that come pre-unlocked as part of the game, and me starting up a guerrilla action triggered it to go ahead and give me the information about it. Let's see. Got ourselves a rocket launcher turret, and the goal to blow up these sensor towers. Up one more. Alright, so on here it gives me my stats, my time, the goal, my best time, and pro. Pro is something worth taking note of. It did give me salvage, 25 as advertised, but if you can beat the pro time, you get double. Being that this one is fairly straightforward, I'm going to go ahead and go again. And another 25 salvage for us. There we go. Now you might notice the stubs of those sensor towers we took down, they're still there. This game has a semi-persistent world. Everything that you take out stays taken out, unless something happens to bring it back, like, say, it needs to be there for a mission or something. Walk up and boom. Alright. Now, you might notice I was able to get fairly close to that guard. I had the hammer out. A hammer's a tool, not a weapon necessarily. As a direct result, they don't respond with immediate hostility unless they have reason to suspect you, like you're somewhere you're not supposed to be. Unless you get a jump on these guys. These maps are also littered with explosives as a direct result of the destruction physics being one of the main draws for the game. It does make it pretty hard to aim, but with practice, you can fire even when you're in the middle of blowing something up. Ideally, you want to be selective about what you're blowing up at a given time. Try to maximize the amount of damage you do with the resources you expend. Poke your head out. Yep, there we are. Ooh, right in the head. Okay. Get around a corner. Oh, shoot. Yep, the delayed explosion took out the smokestack, and yeah, there it goes. Now, as the game pointed out, down in the bottom left, attached to the map, is an alert tracker. Determines, roughly, how screwed I am at a given moment. The higher it is, the more guys they're going to send out to try and take me out. Dang it, I have to remember that. Now, I'm circling back around because ideally I want to take out this building. It's both a high-value target, and if I leave, there's a non-zero chance it's going to get restored back to being full strength. But shoot, got caught under the overhang there. Alright. Grab the scrap and be on my way before they can catch up to me. You might also notice in the corner, Mayhem. The game tracks roughly the dollar value of the damage you do at a given time, and if you drive it high enough, well, you get a bonus from that. Morale for the Red Faction increases based on how skilled and how destructive you're being. The higher you drive it, the bigger the reward. Now, on the minimap, yeah, there's enemies moving in, and I am still here. I am trying to strip this place for everything that it's worth before I move on. Because all this scrap will despawn if I get too far away. It is in my best interest to grab everything now. Okay. Now that done, make our escape. They're busy combing over the ruins of that building that I took down, so it'll be a while before they catch up to me. Hopefully. That being said, the alert is at its highest possible level, so there is a non-zero chance that they will... Oh, nope. Looks like I got far enough away and avoided contact long enough to lose them. One of many things I didn't know when I was playing this as a kid, this game does have a cover mechanic. If you press the sprint button while your face is up against something, yep, you'll go into cover. Lets you take aim and shoot from a position of relative safety. Alright. EDF's backed off.
Whatever we did to piss off the EDF, it's working. They're about to hit us back and we need help. Get over here.
Oh boy, that's good timing. Alright, so every so often you will get these little missions that pop up in response to events in the world. I believe there's a threshold you have to meet for some of them to spawn. They are temporary. If you do not hit them, they will go away. Although, they will come back if you go ahead and leave the area and return. So you're not locked out of them entirely until you finish liberating the area, at which point most remaining missions will be locked out. Good to keep that in mind. This one is a retaliation mission. We pissed off the EDF. The EDF is coming to hurt people and break things. Looks like they're already manning all the guns up here. So... put down nukes. Yeah, don't get too far outside the circle during these. They'll assume that you're abandoning them. Now, I have some experience with this game's AI, so unfortunately for them, they're relatively predictable. It is an older game. Their AI isn't the most complex thing in the world. At the time, this was mind-blowing. Explosive. Knock them off their feet, and take them out. As was mentioned, head-on assaults, basically suicide. You cannot hope to win against them directly because they are outgunning you in almost all circumstances. But you can be clever about how you engage. Arrange things to put them at the biggest disadvantage you can, take them out from a distance. Alright, where's this last one hiding? Yep, he's right at the edge of the circle over here. Probably running up around here. And that's that. Having completed 2 guerrilla actions, we unlock some new stuff. The ore additive makes every ore patch on Mars worth more when you dig it up. And that, in my opinion, is a very worthwhile use of resources. Along with that, reduce the EDF's control over the sector by a considerable margin. Damn it. F is focused aiming, I gotta remember that. Unfortunately, I've got a lot of muscle memory from other games that leads to me right-clicking to try and zoom out. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Hey, look at this. There's one of those gunships flying by. Yeah, the rebels should probably get all of this out of sight as soon as possible. Now, what else do we have? Looks like another Demolitions Mastery, as expected from the tutorial area. Now, part of the reasons I came back to this is that this game did kind of change my perspective on a lot of stuff. It would be relatively accurate to say I grew up with a very naive mindset in a lot of regards. As a direct result, this game, where it didn't issue immediate judgment on a civilian population for getting violent in response to abuse, it changed my thought process.
If you need upgrades,
Let's see, what do we have? First things first, ore additive. And the salvage collector.
even better than before.
Doesn't directly result in me being better at taking out the enemy, but it will help. What else do we have? The arc welder would be a good one to have. It's got its uses. Can't afford the ammo. Can increase the number of charges I can place.
You can thank me
Alright.
later.
Go down here and restock. Now in the fighting, we did pick up a new item. The pistol. Simple, straightforward, shoots relatively large bullets in the direction of wherever you point it. Not terribly powerful on its own, but if you pair it with headshots, it can do serviceably well. Makes it very useful as a holdout weapon when everything else has been exhausted, like you might have noticed in that firefight at the housing complex. Right. And which one is this going to be? I think I know this one.
To do this job right, pay attention to your surroundings and use what's in front of you. Oh, and make sure you're out of the blast radius.
Excellent advice. So, the goal here, take down this old habitat using nothing but a pistol, which cannot break walls, and a bunch of hydrogen tanks. The method? Pretty simple. Set up the hydrogen tanks around the inside of the building, blow them up. Ah, damn, really not going? So when making this game, the designers did have to learn a bit about building construction. Damn it, 5 seconds too slow. Among other things, they had to design buildings that could actually hold themselves up, which wasn't really the norm at the time. Unfortunately, as a result, the actual destruction physics where they fall apart can be rather unpredictable. It's not always clear when a building is going to fall because just like in real life, a random structural failure on a damaged building can easily result in a collapse. It makes this game fun, but also a bit frustrating at times, because as you might have picked up, that building that I was blowing out should probably have gone down once 2 of the 3 sides of the base were done, because the amount of weight up above would probably have crushed it. Then again, we're on Mars. Gravity is lower. This is the road out of Parker. I thought this was the one that circled around the outside. Ah, yep, over here. I love this game. It's got its quirks, and some of those quirks got a bit amplified in the remaster. Redoing the physics engine and getting it to work on PC when this game was originally designed for Xbox specifically definitely resulted in some bugs. Thankfully, very few utterly game-breaking ones, and what there was, they seem to have largely accounted for. Break some supply crates, get some free scrap. And
We need as many people
looks like there's another of the off-the-cuff missions going on.
get at the Red Rock outpost. Scouts say the EDF is about to mount an assault on the
Alright,
area.
well, let's get in. Win hearts and minds by saving lives. And taking lives from the enemy. While this game was nothing special by modern standards, it definitely changed the way I looked at gaming. This was the first one to present me with the idea of winning hearts and minds, rather than just good guys, bad guys, whichever side you're fighting for is the good one. It was a game that brought in complexity that I didn't have prior to this. Let's get the blue suit. Fun fact, I did not see these guys in the blue suits the first time I played this game, or any of the subsequent times I played on Xbox. I played this game mainly as a form of stress relief. A sandbox where I could break things without having to, feel bad about it, or actually damage anything important. Let's see, this should give me a good view of both sides of the battlefield. And yep, they're coming in from the rear. Yes, so on the topic at hand, in the Xbox version of this game, it starts off on, I believe, what this version considers easy difficulty. Lots of aim assist, and these lower rank guys don't appear. You only get the higher rank ones in the orange suits, who are portrayed as the only members of the EDF. On higher difficulties, these guys in the blue suits show up. They have the same AI as the ones that I was fighting as a kid. Oh, shoot. Someone coming around from the side. What was I on about? Yes. The blue suit guys appear on any difficulty higher than, I believe, easy, where they have the same AI as the EDF guys that I was fighting when I was growing up, and the proper EDF orange suits, the ones that blend in slightly with the background, they have a more capable and more sophisticated AI that is actually quite a lot better. Was a real shock for me when I moved to this game on PC and was suddenly inundated with, wait, why are there two colors of enemy guys? Wait, why are these guys so much tougher? As it turns out, the Xbox version was simply considerably easier, at least in its default state. Where was the section between the there? Okay. So the goal here, taking out these big smokestacks that are apparently part of the refinery process. Oh, don't go that way. Oh. Apparently part of the refinery process that processes ore out here and makes mining profitable. That, of course, is what the EDF's corporate sponsors are interested in. Yep, see those yellow dots on the map? Friendly NPCs. When you start stuff, based on how high morale for the Red Faction is, sometimes NPCs will join you. And as a direct result, extra firepower. Unfortunately, their AI is not very good. It's actually pretty awful. And as a direct result, they have a tendency to get themselves killed. and when they die, morale drops. Understandable reaction, but not terribly convenient when your allies have the self-preservation of a fly actively trying to fly into a human's mouth. Yeah, it's problematic. Take down some propaganda. Oh, right on my head. I genuinely did not think that would fall so easily. Now you might wonder, why are you taking out these random objects? Well, if you look on the map, they're labeled in red. Along with the actual listed targets for destruction, stuff that's important, there's a whole bunch of just enemy property laying around. And if you take it out, well, it decreases enemy morale. The more stuff they have to fix because someone broke it, the more frustrated they get. Boy, do I know how that feels. They also tend to give off a fair amount of salvage that I can trade for, again, upgrades. Upgrades that are absolutely vital to success in this game. Oh, that's a fair bit of blood right there. All over my head. Oh. Oops. Well, that could have gone better. Yeah, the NPC followed me out onto the bridge right before I blew up the highly explosive devices surrounding the bridge. Such is the life of an NPC in an early 2000s video game that isn't immortal. Okay, that's a lot of guys. Let's get out of here before I get my head blown off. Now, death isn't necessarily the end in this game, no duh, but it does have a cost, that being morale, and of course, if you had any resources out on the ground, you're not getting them back. So, if we can avoid that, probably best. More propaganda to take out. Every bit of propaganda you take out strengthens morale on your side. Of course. And with that done, time to head to the safe house, where the enemy will magically be completely unable to find us and lose all idea of where we are. So realistic. Now you might notice these little purpley spots down on the map. Those are ore deposits. Good to grab. Free scrap. Heard another flyer go over us. Now, overall morale is pretty high, so I think I'm going to go ahead and take care of this. This is a story mission.
Mason, this is our former base of operations. We had to clear out before the EDF discovered it. Now we just need to cover our tracks. I know you're familiar with demolition, so maybe you can help us out. We need that building destroyed. Blow up anything that the EDF could trace back to us. Think you can handle it?
Nice and straightforward, Commander. Nice and straightforward.
This'll be a piece of cake. We're transmitting the base coordinates now.
Got it. I'm on my way.
Davies. Hugo Davies.
How'd you get caught up in this?
The mining conglomerates found a huge ore deposit beneath our cover. They're trying to force us off the land. When we resisted, the EDF rolled in. It was a massacre.
I'm sorry.
I found refugees from other colonies and our numbers grew. Your brother joined us soon after.
It was always Dan's problem. Couldn't run from a fight.
If there were more like him, we'd have a chance of winning this thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, Alec isn't too keen on the Red Faction at this point. I mean, he just lost his brother because of involvement with them, so kinda understandable.
Alright, I'm at the base.
Good. Use whatever you can to bring her down. We left some fuel tanks behind. You can shoot them or set charges to blow them up. Damn it. Mason, an EDF unit is heading your way. I'd hurry up and finish the job.
Boom.
You said this was gonna be easy. You said this was gonna be easy!
More EDF are on the way. Get back to the safe house.
Nice and straightforward. Cleanly done, even. Granted, I did wait around a little bit to let dialogue play out, so they were able to get the drop on me, sort of. Not that it did them all that much good from the look of it. Oh, hey. Bad decision to come here.
Good work.
Yeah, I'm fine, by the way.
You've done your brother proud.
Well, he had the same definition of easy as you.
Alright, and here is the reason why I waited to do this. There is a completion bonus, just getting the mission done gives you salvage, but there's also a morale bonus. Whatever the morale of the sector you're in, multiplied by 1. You might wonder why there's a multiplication thing there if it doesn't do anything. Well, I actually know the answer to that. Early in development, it was set up so that you could redo some of the story missions. As a direct result, they would add a multiplier based upon how many times you'd done it successfully. That ended up getting scrapped. As a direct result, now there is this function that just doesn't work.
I know you're angry, but we don't have the luxury of playing it safe. Your brother understood that. Mason, we need your help. There's new info in your guerrilla handbook that will be useful.
No one takes our planet from us.
Let's see.
The EDF's hold on each sector varies. Bring up your map to see the control value for each sector. Successfully completing guerrilla actions like raids drives control down. So does destroying EDF property, which is shown in red on your map. We've identified targets that are key to EDF operations. The ones marked as medium importance cause a bigger control drop when destroyed. A few are marked as high importance. Those require some planning before you hit them, and will turn into a hornet's nest when you do. But the payoff is big. Each sector also has missions which are required for liberation. Drop the control to 0, complete all the missions, and the EDF will pull out.
Yes, so what I already said. But in different words.
If we're going to defeat the EDF, we need the support of the people. To do that, we have to raise morale in each sector. Morale goes up as you complete guerrilla actions, destroy EDF propaganda, and a few other things you'll discover along the way. However, when a colonist is killed, that sector's morale drops, so be careful. As morale in a sector increases, ammo crates will be better stocked and colonists will begin to fight alongside you. Also, the amount of salvage you get for completing a mission will increase if morale in the sector is high. Higher morale means more ammo, more help, and more salvage. 3 crucial elements we need to succeed.
Well put. Now, with that done, let's have a look at the
Don't
upgrades.
forget to collect salvage.
Yep, I'm aware. Okay, so we're a little ways off from that. That being said, there is more stuff to do. Oftentimes, when you complete a major mission like that, more stuff will unlock, like this one over here, House Arrest. Go ahead and stock up on ammo, and then we'll head back out. Tooling around the surface of Mars, even if we don't have a radio out here, is one of the things that I love. Makes me happy. We'll grab these while we're over here. Might as well. Yep, there it is. These little red things are the salvage that you get out of the deposits. Occasionally, the slightly janky physics engine means they go flying off in one direction or another. Ooh, and here's something.
Mission MME 877. I can't find the base camp or the rover, and my life support's gone. Jordan, I love you.
A terrible fate. Now, those are radio tags. They're left behind by various people who've come to Mars and gone from Mars one way or another. Each of them has a little piece of some story or another to tell. Get enough of them, and you unlock the location of a particularly powerful explosive from the Ultor era, back when the EDF wasn't running the place yet. Let's see what these guys want.
The EDF have the Sand Sifter place on lockdown, pressing for info on who destroyed the old base. They could use a hand, Mason.
Oh, so we're breaking people out of jail. Well, I suppose if it's for a good cause, which I assume this is. Okay. So they're holding someone prisoner in here, and the goal is to get them out alive. If they're dead, it doesn't really help anything. And this is one of the buildings that I took down, you might recognize. Smack! Oh, element of surprise is gone. Oh, jeez. Man, when they put this place back together, didn't do a terribly good job, did they? Okay, let's get out of here.
You alright?
I just gotta hope the AI pathfinding does okay-ish. Now, as with many things, the AI in this game struggles with pathfinding. Fortunately, if you get far enough away, they'll just automatically teleport to you, in most cases. There are a few that it will get marked as you abandon someone if you get too far off, but yeah. Aside from those rare examples, you should be fine just running on and they'll follow. Also, this vehicle does have a turret, so the NPC jumped right in it. Yeah, hit a bump there, so as far as her AI is concerned, she got tossed from the vehicle. Something that does happen. And there we are. And there we are. Now, with 5 tasks done for the Red Faction, we get proximity mines. I'm not going to be buying those yet. Unfortunately, they have a habit at this stage of the game of going off. Oh, for once Sam doesn't say anything. Okay. Now I want remote charge ammo. At the moment...
See what a little salvage can do for you?
At the moment, we aren't using them all up, but as time goes on, that's going to change.
According to scientists at
Now with that done, that's about an hour into the game, and I think we'll go ahead and call it there. See you guys in the next one.